Okay, let's put this here. Let's put that there. Let's put that here. And now let's put the video camera on. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and good morning. Omar, Armolfo, Heather, Gustavo, Piet de Brock, Eduardo, Dave, Glenn, Roddy, Robert, Terrence, Julian, Ivano, David, the sassy trainer, Vertuvian, Richard, Dennis, Jeff, Anthony, Wayne, Moondog is in the house, John, Wayne, Stacy, Timothy, Dr. Serena. All right, Dr. Serena. I have one actually at 9 o'clock. It's my day to give blood today. I'm going to have to get out of here by 9 a.m. But thank you, Dr. Serena, for everything you do. Darren, Randy, Steve, Chris, Bancroft, Jody, Dave, Pops. Happy birthday, Pops. Pops, I hope you live to 120. Mark, Peter, Richard from Puente Gorda, Carlos, Tony, Edgar, Mont, Carlos, yes, Kevin Hassett, my old partner, is on CNBC doing Squawk Box this morning. I'm hoping that he'll talk some sense into Trump. Uh, yeah, he's speaking on TV. He's not my friend. He's my old partner. He was a partner of mine in a hedge fund that I had with Calamirez back in the early 2000s. But he's a very nice guy. Very, very nice guy. Good morning, Ed, Michael, Ali, Delbert, Murray, Clyde, Pennsylvania. Hey, Robert. Hey, Kyung, David, Pops, Manuel, Don, Henry. Good morning, John, Alan, Jesse. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope everybody's had a nice weekend. Well, as nice of a weekend as could be. Tom, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'll start up in about 3 minutes. We got a lot of people here. Hey, Peter. Good morning to you, Jean. Yeah, he's on CNBC right now. Yeah. Yeah, Kevin's a really good guy. I was introduced by Kevin by Charles Calamirez. Charles Calamirez is my other partner, was my other partner in my hedge fund. Charles is the professor of Columbia in finance, and he was my client. He was actually one of my clients when I was trading. And he liked my trading, and he introduced me to Kevin, and we started a hedge fund together. They were very good friends. I think they still are very good friends. They both worked at the AEI. Kevin did some lecturing at Harvard. I think he did some Harvard, Columbia. Calamirez has been in Columbia for the last 30 years, something like that. But they're very, very nice guys. And a lot of people don't know this about Kevin, but he's a really good programmer too. Really, really good programmer. They both stayed at my house a few times when they were here programming back in the day when we were doing the algorithm. I'll tell you guys more about it one of these days. All right, I think it's time to begin. Good morning, Richard, Charlie, Robert, Kevin. All right, let's get into it right now. Good morning, Cherie. Going to have a lot of people here today. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. All right, so as you guys know, Donald Trump, our president, has enacted tariffs. I warned you. I tried to tell you about it. I tried to tell you have to prepare for it. Nobody wanted to hear me. People were tuning off, sending me hate email. Actually, they weren't, but it got pretty dirty. And people were like, what? No, no, no. It's going to be a negotiation tactic. Folks, it's not a negotiation tactics. Good. I'm glad you liked it. By the way, did anybody take my morning spread? Friday afternoon, I gave you guys a bonus. I gave you guys a trade. I'm going to give you a very speculative bonus trade. I gave this trade to you Friday at right here. Let's see, Friday afternoon. So nobody can argue with me. Gave it to you right here. Oops, hold on. Again, the green, 5 minutes to go. Richard's background. Here, right here, 3:47 on Friday. I'm going to give you a very speculative bonus trade in case something negative happens over the weekend, like tariffs. The market is very weak, and we don't know if Trump is going to stay or do something unexpected. Buy the 600 put and sell the 595 put for $1.25. Potential profit is $5. I gave it in the free Telegram channel, and I explained that the upside is $5, which you should be near right now, maximum profit. So you could probably make about 200% on this trade if you took it on Friday. What White House Economic Council Director has said, this is not a trade where this is a oh, please, please. Do you see a lot of drugs coming into Canada, coming to America from Canada? Do you guys see a lot of drugs coming into America from Canada? Really, be honest with me. Canada, not Mexico, Canada. Canada. There's no drugs coming into USA from Canada. Maybe drugs going to Canada, but there's no drugs coming. That's never been an issue. So anyways, let's get back into this. Please, look, I'm going to tell you something about Hassett. He's a great guy, but he's a yes man, okay? He's a very, very nice guy, but he's not going to argue with Trump. That's not the kind of personality he has, okay? So I'm just letting you know, okay? So I gave you this at 3:47 on Friday. In the pit, I gave it to you at 3:48 on Friday. I'm hoping that 5,000 people took this trade because I gave it to 1,328 people here, and I gave it to 5,256 people. It was free, didn't cost anything. You didn't have to have a big account. You only needed $125 to do this. You needed about $125 to do this trade. How many of you took this trade? Oh, I know, Heather. I know everything that's going on. Good, good. Well, are you going to send me a nice email and thank me for it when you close it out today? Here's my email address for you. And don't say I don't give you freebies, okay? Don't say I don't give you freebies. That was a freebie. All right. Let's see what people said. Yes. Good morning. Yes, yes. Spaghetti price. Yes. VIX calls. Yes. Morning. People thought he said that this whole time he was running. Hope he doesn't have lasting effects. Took it puts. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. There's a red, blue Kool-Aid server. The serve it on both sides. Oh, that has nothing to. Don't get political here. This is financial. You also give trades. You also give trades who don't work out. But as soon as they work out, it's getting mentioned 100 times. Tesla, what trades do I give that didn't work out lately? Let me know. This is a trade that I happen to give to everybody, which is why I'm talking about it. If what trade are you specifically talking about, Taislia? And if you don't want me to give trades, Taislia, you don't have to take them. Okay? All right. Do you guys want me to stop giving trades? The maximum profit is $5. Maximum profit is $5. All right. You're welcome. Instead of saying, Taisla, I was expecting a thank you instead, but okay. All right. Yeah, that was an actual trade I gave you. I'm not talking about things on my stock list. Big difference. Big, 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 big difference. All right. I didn't think so. All right. I didn't think so. I thought so. Yeah. Keep coming. You don't have to listen to either. No, I'm not. No, we want them. Thank you. Thank you for all the free trade. Yeah. Please giving the trades. Yeah. I mean, I could stop giving you guys the trades. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't look like anybody's following your 5 cents. All right. Please ignore these negative people. They have no excuse for they have an excuse for every opportunity. 95% is not a bad win. We want more. Yeah, I don't think who's this person who wrote this to me? I'm going to block them, I think. No, I'm not going to block. I'm just going to leave them alone. Yeah. Yeah, it's late. It's way too late to take the trade right now, Naples fan. Okay. So, yeah, please give me a list of all the trades we've taken losses on. I can't wait to see them. Yeah. And the only reason why I brought it up was because Penny reminded me of it. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Penny, for reminding me of the trade. People are very frisky here. I give them free trades. Lawrence. Yeah, I will, Michael. I will. I will. All right. So NASDAQ is down 400 points. Dow's down 600 points. Hence why I gave you the trade over the weekend. As far as Fed data this week, we've got manufacturing index coming out. You should be able to take that trade, Wayne. You should give Schwab a call and tell them to give you margin access. Okay. All right. All right. Let's continue. Yeah. That's what we've been talking about, JB. Hassett's on TV right now. So we've got construction spending, ISM manufacturing, PMI, factory orders, JOLTS. We got international trades in goods and services. We got jobless claims. We've got employment situation, the big report this week. But the big report right now, is the tariffs and what's going to happen. Now, today at 2 o'clock, I'm going to give you, Gramster and I are going live, and I'm going to give you guys some trades. Now, who was this person who was talking nonsense about me giving trades? It was... I don't remember who it was. I don't even see it here anymore. But if you don't like my trades, don't take them. Nobody's asking you to take my trades. But I will be giving 5 stocks today that have the top seasonality and the top technical patterns at 2 p.m. I hope you guys can join me there. I'll be in my VIP room as usual today at 2 o'clock. Thank you, Dr. Serena. Yeah, genuinely, folks, I don't think anybody helps you as much as I do. I really don't. And if somebody does, I'd like to know who that person is because I'll start watching them. Like right now, I'm about to give you something that's useful to you. I'm about to give you the biggest earnings for the week ahead. Here's link. Me too, Naples fan. Me too. Here's my link. Good morning, Mario. Good morning, Philip. Robert could use 79 turns right about now. There's the link for the VIP room. Thank you, JB. Yeah, I don't really see too many people complaining about my trades. And let me give you customer service live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Please check out the Cam and Gustavo show. Yeah, I mean, I literally gave you a free trade on Friday that's up over 200% right now, and one person is complaining. No, of course not. Plus, it's a 200% profit, but she must be upset. She probably didn't take the trade. All right, so I posted this for you. Now, folks, pay attention. Biggest move, biggest earnings players that are coming out today, okay? Palantir is out already. We closed it out. We closed this trade last week. We had a weekly cash flow. The only weekly cash flow we have right now on McDonald's, and boy, oh boy, that's not the worst stock to have in light of these tariffs. Billionaire breakouts. There you go, Mark. Tomorrow we got Google, we got AMD, PayPal, Merck, Amgen. It's a full week. Uber, Ford, MSTR, Disney. It's a full week. Now, to the right of us is the implied volatility. Look at Snap. Snap is expecting an 18.9% move. This may be a good credit spread to take. I'll be talking about implied volatility and credit spreads in the VIP room today at noon. Here is the link. And I'm not charging you anything for it. And if you don't like to take my trades, you don't have to take my trades. What's the link? No link? What do you mean no link? Hold on. I just posted you a link, didn't I? Here, let me give this to you. Right here. Copy link. Here it is. Here's the link for this. Here's the link for that. Here is the link for the wealth windows. Here's the link for the wealth windows. Huh, no link in chat. Hey guys, when I post this right here, can you see it real quick? Can you see it? Huh, weird. Why are links not showing up? Hold on one second. That's weird. Link is not working. Okay, I'm going to post it for you in the Telegram channel, okay? Let me post it for you in the Telegram channel. Hold on. This will do it right now. Hold on. Hold on. Let me post it in the Telegram channel. Huh, that's really weird. Let me post it in the Telegram channel for you. Okay, here. There it is. Biggest earnings this week with implied volatility. There it is. Here. Biggest earnings this week with implied volatility. Okay? Do you guys see it in Telegram? It should all be in the Telegram channel. I don't know why this is not letting me post. I don't know. Cam, can you see if you can post links? Here, let me give you the links. These links right here. Can somebody post them here? I'll post it here in the chat. Here's that. That's weird. Really weird. I don't know. I've never had that happen before. But I'm posting it for Cam. Hoping Cam can. But I posted it in Telegram for all of you. Okay, it's in the Telegram channel. It's in the Telegram channel. Okay, cool. All right, all right. Let's talk a little bit about what to expect today. What's going on? I really want to get into the technicals and give you guys some stocks and give you some warnings and talk a little bit about. Hey, Alexander, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'll check it out later today, but I couldn't. I didn't see it, Rich. I didn't see you post it. Weird. Very strange. Huh. That's very strange. Very, very strange. Anyhow, maybe Cam or somebody from my customer service can post it, but I posted it for you in Telegram. And I'll also post my VIP room in Telegram right now. Here's my VIP room link. Well, you know what? I'll do it later, but let me go through this, okay? Customer service is it's right here. Unfortunately, weird, very strange, very strange. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't know what's going on here. But hopefully it'll fix itself. It should get better. But it's not here. If anybody wants any links, send me an email and I'll post them for you. I don't know why I can't do it today. I don't understand why. Weird, very weird. Well, that's the first time that's ever happened. Hold on here. Let me try something here. Let me try something here. Let me try something here. Roger Scott. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm going to try something right now. All right, I'm going to try this. Can you tell me if the link... Whoops. Can you tell me if this link is being posted? Let me know if this link is being posted. All right, let me know if you guys see those links I just posted. Okay, so okay. I was in the wrong place. All right. Now we go. All right, here we go. We're good. So let me post all this for you here. Sorry about that. I apologize. Sorry about that. Here's the link for this. All right, we're good. We're back. Let me give you customer service live. I know what the problem was. I was signed in. I was signed in as a wrong person. Now I know what the problem is. Okay, we fixed that. So, and here's Wealth Windows. So 2 o'clock with Graham, 5 top seasonality stocks. I'm so sorry about that, folks. I apologize. Yeah, that's it right there. Henry, you guys have everything, okay? Thank you. Thank you for helping me out here. I appreciate it. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Wow, we have almost 500 people here in 20 minutes. All right, let's talk about this. Futures are down pretty sharp. Everything's being hit because of tariffs. He announced tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. We do not have any drugs coming out of Canada. In my opinion, this is a complete facade and abusing the emergency order, which Trump is doing in order to pass tariffs, because I don't think there's any emergency between us and Canada. You can argue that there's fentanyl coming in from China. You can argue that there's fentanyl coming in from Mexico. I've never once heard in the last 20 years, I have not heard any stories about drugs coming from the Canadian border. And folks, if you heard otherwise, please correct me. Please correct me, okay? You should I didn't know he did that. T-Buzz walks to the beat of his own drummer. I'll talk to him today, but usually T-Buzz doesn't do that. All right. All right. All right. All right. As long as you guys are getting it all. President Trump turns his tariff threat into reality, imposing 25% tariffs on. I don't know what Canada has done to us. Honestly, do you guys know of anything that Canada has done to us that's negative? Drugs are very low coming from. Exactly. There's no. I don't see any drugs coming from Canada. I don't know how Canada got into this. Okay. Now, but I do know what they're going to do to us. Energy products will be subject to a 10% tariff. Oy vey. Trump said he imposed the tariffs under the International Emergency Economic Power Act, which he has absolutely no right to do because this is not an Emergency Economic Power Act. That'll be overruled by the Supreme Court faster than you could say, who's your daddy? Citing major illegal aliens and deadly drugs killing our citizens. I don't see illegal aliens coming from Canada. I don't see any of that coming from Canada. Mexico maybe, China maybe. I don't see it coming from Canada. And Mexico, they're like 40 years a little too late, okay? I don't think anybody's coming from Mexico. I think people are now going back to Mexico. So again, I don't understand what he's doing with Canada. I don't know how Canada got involved in this, okay? Their own tariffs, including on Tesla. I'm pretty disappointed with Trudeau resigning and pulling a fast one, dissolving the parliament, supposedly had a large deficit with the U.S., has massive taxes on products. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I don't know about any drugs or illegals coming from Canada. I've never heard anything like that in my life. We talked about DEC. They didn't do well. Their UGs didn't do well. Chip stocks lost ground. Treasury yield advanced. NVIDIA, AMD didn't do well. Friday PCE price index was flat, showed that the Fed has not made any improvements in inflation over the last year. As you could see here, it was 2.8% last year, and it's 2.8% right now. Chicago PMI came out weaker than expected. This is my favorite part. Goolsbee commented that the latest inflation data on Friday, particularly noting continued progress in reducing price growth in housing. Really? Really? Housing, is that where you're going to go now? Housing. If you feel like we're continuing on this path of inflation coming down to 2%, then to me that opens the door for rates to be fair, a bit lower than they are today. Once we're 12 to 18, I don't think he knows what the hell he's talking about. I mean, this just sounds like a bunch of, I don't even know what this is. Bowman said, I would like to see progress in lowering inflation resume before we make further adjustments. He can't just say we screwed up, we messed up, we shot ourselves in the foot. He can't say that. He's just going to do some progress and growth in housing. What about 12 to 18 months in the future? Well, how about then lowering them 12 and 18 months into the future instead of right now? I mean, yeah. Yeah. So what does Rich say? Spoke to Canadians and told me not to vacation to US and only buy Canadians products. Yeah, it's interesting. Intercepted at the southward border of Mexico compared to around 19. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, George. I didn't know. I did not know that there was a drug or immigration crisis coming from Canada. Seriously, seriously. Come on, guys. Let's be honest. Have you ever heard of like Canada causing immigration? Look. Do you see a lot of Canadians in Michigan hanging around? I mean, it's never been an issue. Like, I don't know where this is all coming from, where all this hatred towards Canada is coming from. Really, Canada's never done anything really bad to us. They're very friendly, right? I mean, I don't understand. I don't know. Anyway, 86% chance they're not going to raise cuts. We have earnings on a slew of companies, including Google, Amazon, AMD, Qualcomm. Now, is this as big as last week? It's not as big as last week, but it's big. Now, if we get this tariff downslide and we don't get good numbers from Amazon and Google, and by the way, Amazon, think about tariffs and Amazon. Just think about it for a minute. Think about that. All right. We have a lot of Canadian geese in Florida. All right. I'll tell you what we have in Florida. Not a lot of Canadians. We have a lot of Canadian geese. And these Canadian geese are big troublemakers. They poop everywhere. They go on top of your car. They don't want to go back when it gets cold again. So I have no problem with Canadians. I have problems with Canadian geese. Okay? Get the geese out of here, but leave the Canadians alone. Yeah, the geese, I want to kick out all the Canadian geese, but not the Canadians. Canadians are fine. Uber, Lilly, we got a lot of earnings. We're still expecting about 7.5%. Nothing really bad there. Market Watch will closely monitor the non-farm payroll report. That's this report that's coming out on Friday, all the way our Friday. All right. Really strange that puts 25 on both borders and 10% of China where all the fentanyl is shipped from. Boycott Canadian geese. Yes, Canadian geese, not Canadian. Exactly, Richard. Get rid of those geese. Those geese are a public nuisance. All right, all right. And I'm not kidding. I'm serious. Stop it with the 51st state. ISM Manufacturer is going to be reporting today. That's this report here at 10 a.m. and construction spending. This is a fairly reasonable report, but I don't know how much of an impact it'll have now. How much it'll have an impact now in light of what we're seeing with the market right now. All right, let's talk technicals. All right, you guys know how much I like technicals. Now, I want to show you something interesting. This is Bitcoin, okay? Do you remember what I told you last week? Well, I say a lot of things last week. Do you remember what I said specifically about, right? Right, Cam? The Canadian geese, they're everywhere, man. They're everywhere. I'm telling you, these Canadian geese are taking over Ponte Vedra, where I live. Okay, so I'm going to protest Canadian geese. Clyde and I are going to protest Canadian geese. You hear that, Murray? No more Canadian geese. William says, pastor for a north border terror-related arrest so far. The Center Square Fed agents are arresting record illegals. Okay. I don't know. So remember when I told you, we have a major resistance area here that we have to overcome. And I didn't like how these wicks were bouncing off this high. In addition, I also told you that there's a huge correlation now between Bitcoin and regular stocks. Look at the market. Look at where the regular market is right now. We closed up here and now we're down here. Look at Bitcoin. It's doing exactly the same thing that the stock market's doing. Look. I mean, I could literally draw a channel a channel right here like that. As a matter of fact, here, let me show you what I mean. Got a rectangle here, and we have a perfect, here. Where's that damn rectangle? Where's that rectangle? And we have a perfect rectangle right here. You could see this. Look. And this is very important. Look at that. You see that? There is no more diversification between Eduardo says Bitcoin is following our stock market. Hey, Eduardo, where did you hear that from for the first time from? Good morning, Eagle Beagle. Who told you that the correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market is becoming almost exact right now? Who told you about this? Who told you about this? Oh, Omar, don't tease me with that. My father is a big geese fan. He loves geese, duck and geese. I can't stand it, but he loves it. Anyway, remember I told you huge correlation between these? You're not going to get a free lunch from Bitcoin anymore. People were arguing with me. People were sending me emails. Well, look at QQQ. Look at where we're at, right below the 50. Look at this consolidation and look at Bitcoin. They're doing exactly the same thing. Do you guys remember me telling you Bitcoin and tech stocks, they're now becoming not a trending market, but a counter trending market? Do you remember that? What does Trump say? Criminal what? Hold on a second. Criminal organization is beyond repair and 50 billion agency will be shut down. I want to know when did Musk become part of the U.S. government and get security clearance? That's what I want to know. All right, bond market. Bond market's actually behaving fairly well. The bond market is not being impacted by this because interest rates are not as sensitive to trade war as stocks and goods. So this is actually fairly stable. This is fairly stable. Crude oil is starting to come up. Why? Because Trump slapped tariffs on Canada. Canada gives us about 10% of the natural gas that we have here in America. All right. Dave says you're the only one telling us this. I'm the only one telling you that Bitcoin. All you have to do is look at the charts. So yeah, I know, Robert. I know the answer, but that's a good answer. You're right. When he sucked up to Trump, I don't trust this. Something doesn't feel right. Elon Musk, a private citizen, having security clearance as part of SpaceX, he just had higher security clearance now. Well, I don't think he should have any security clearance. Okay, so expect energy prices to start coming up. We do have these two levels of resistance here, these VWAPs. I'm expecting it to come up. I'm expecting heightened energy prices over the course of the next few days. Gold is still moving higher. I think gold is now not a bad safe haven in light of what we're seeing right now. And especially because people are not putting their money in cryptos right now. Gold could be a safe haven. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. Okay? A lot of uncertainty. What about DXY? Let's take a look. The US dollar is up. Look at the US dollar. That's inflationary, folks. That is inflationary. And the only reason why gold is up is because we have a lot of uncertainty. But this is inflationary, and this is very, very bad for bonds. Very bad for bonds. So keep your eye on the relationship between US dollar and bonds and gold over the next few days. Okay? Oh, really? India? I didn't know about this, Brian. I swear to you, I never heard of anything. I never heard. Have you guys heard of like borders in Canada being a problem? I've never heard that before. Volatility. Well, I hate to say I told you so, but look at what happened. Look at where we're at right now. We went all the way to 15, and here's our gap. Now, here's the interesting thing. We opened here. We're now down here. We need to see this fill. We need to see this fill. We need to see this fill. We need to see this come down today. We need to see this precipitously come down and start filling in these gaps. If we don't see these gaps being filled, it's going to be a big trouble. Now, Roger, how high can VIX go? Let me show you. Look at 9 months where we can go. We can usually go all the way up to 23. The only reason we would go above 23 if there was something really unforeseeable, like something really crazy. This is not that. Not yet, at least. Okay? Not yet, at least. So am I expecting volatility to go higher? Yes, it can potentially go to 21 and 22. Expect once we get up to 22, it'll peak out. It'll peak out. Get into Canada with this felony conviction. So yeah, this is VIX. So VIX is right now about 20. It's right here. We still have a level here, 21.16 and 22.90 that we can go up to. We're still kind of in no man's land. And again, what I'd like to see is a start of a gap fill as soon as we open. I don't think we're going to see that. Intraday, look, we gapped up and we have been coming down, but this is not a big slope. This is not a big slope. And if you look at the market right now, I mean, we were down 550 overnight on QQQ last night. Now we're 366. I think this is, keep in mind, There's going to be a lot of price discovery with consumer staple goods. So I am not certain. I am not certain that we are completely pricing everything in. There's a good chance we can go lower before going higher, even though I'm going to give you guys some levels right now. Okay. Uh, Cartels are manufacturing fentanyl in Canada. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. What I have been hearing is that tariffs will have an inflationary effect for around 2 quarters. That's what I've been saying, Nathan, about 2 quarters. So they're very inflationary. No, they're not deflationary short term. Not because this is a disruptive. This is a distributive bargaining process. Folks, learn the difference between distributive and integrative. Learn the difference between those two things. Have you guys ever taken negotiations when you were in school? Negotiations 101. Negotiations 101. Learn the difference between a distributive and an integrative bargaining process. Okay? What Trump is doing is he's using a distributive bargaining process. In a distributive bargaining process, you always have a winner and a loser. What he needs to do is change his ways to a integrative bargaining process where everybody wins. You can't have a trade war with a distributive bargaining process. Okay? If you guys don't understand that, look up the difference between a distributive bargaining process and an integrative process. Okay? So please, 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 for those that don't understand what we're really talking about please look up those two things. It will help you understand where Trump is making a huge mistake right now. As far as levels, so we talked about crude oil, we talked about volatility. What about sentiment? We don't have any directional. Remember I told you on Friday, this was like a shake and bake. There was no, everything is totally out of place. It's like somebody took a salad and shook it like this. Well, that's what we're still looking at like right now. There's no directional bias. What about directional bias to the upside? Well, we closed on Friday with 69 stocks making 90-day highs and 55 stocks making 90-day lows. I came to you and I told you Friday that we hardly have any momentum, that the stock market is looking like this right now. And when you don't have any directional momentum, it's very, very hard to make directional moves in the stock market. Instead of sitting across the table playing tug of war and solve the problem to a mutual satisfaction. Exactly, 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 exactly. So folks, for anybody who's really interested in this from an academic level, if you guys really want to understand what's happening, there are two types of bargaining processes. There's a distributive bargaining process and an integrative bargaining process. This is economics. This is negotiating 101. And somebody forgot to teach Donald Trump this when he was in school. Trump needs to understand that you can't solve a trade war without a integrative bargaining process. It's really, really simple. Okay? Okay? Very, very, very simple. Which I believe Trump already knows. There will be a Yes, there already is from Canada, RJ. There already is. How about soybeans? How about beer? How about whiskey? How about avocado? Do you guys like avocado? You're going to be paying 25% more for them right now. Thank you, Donald Trump. All right, let me give you guys key levels. Key levels. So we're below the 50-day moving average on the QQQ. We need to get to the 50-day. The 50-day is at 519. On the SPY, let me give you levels. What is the 90-day breakout? What is the 90-day breakout? The 90-day breakout is a 90-day high or low, and right now there's hardly any stocks making well, it's going to be a little different after we open, but coming into today, we have only 69 stocks, and if you exclude ETFs, you have 49 stocks breaking out and 53 stocks breaking down. All right? All right? Yeah, very low, less than 100 HG. Less than 100. Well, I'm gonna mind paying 25% more for my avocados. Okay. All I know is that I think we're going about all this wrong, but nobody asked me, and nobody cares about what I think, and that's that. S&P, we need to get above all of these levels. Look how we broke. We need to start filling in this gap and get above the 50-day, which is at 598. We need to get back above 600 pretty much on the SPY. That's pretty much where we're at. No problem, HG. All right. Also, let me give you, I have 5 stocks I'm going to give you today that have the best seasonality for February. I'm going to give you my VIP room today where we'll talk a lot about option volatility and customer service live, the Cam and Gustavo show right here. Say none of us truly have an account of what Trump's negotiations behind the scenes. Until I see the end, will not judge. Of course. All right. Well, we'll see. Uh, I don't know if anybody's negotiating with him or not. Yeah. All right. Trump may have to reread The Art of a Deal a few times, which he actually never wrote, but takes credit for. All right. So we need to get to 600 level. Intraday, let me give you intraday levels. Folks, intraday, we need to get above 593.72 today. 593.72 today. Please remember that number. All right. Please remember that number. On QQQ, we have to get above. On QQQ, we have to get above 515. We have to get above 515. Okay. And on the Dow, I like how the Dow is holding the 50-day moving average. This is very good. The Dow is right now being the strongest one. And on the Dow, we need to see the Dow trade above this level right here. 440, maybe even 440. I'd love to see it trade above 442. Please write this down. All right. All right. Doesn't negotiate, he demands. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't use a distributive bargaining process when you are negotiating tariffs. You have to use an integrative, where everybody has to win. You can't have where it's not that kind of a negotiation. Trump is used to running a construction company where everything is a distributive type of bargaining process. He doesn't understand the integrative bargaining process, which is what it takes to negotiate this the right way. But don't worry, foreign leaders do. And they'll make sure to remember this. This is very bad, very, very bad what's happening right now. This destabilizes us quite a bit. All right. I gave you levels on there in terms of sectors and what's strong today. Let's see what's been leading. Look at how all over the place we are. Communication, healthcare, consumer staples, financial, consumer discretionary, consumer staples. And then look at consumer discretionary, consumer staples. Look where Russell 2000 is. Look where semiconductors is. Look where Bitcoin is. But look at where utilities are and mid cap. So if I was to say something, I would say technology is taking the brunt of this downside, followed by a good mix between blue chips and interest rate sensitive stocks. There's just not a lot of directional bias right now. There isn't any directional bias. And as I mentioned, momentum levels. Look at momentum levels. Less than 100 stocks either way. On RSP, which is now doing this right here. And by the way, look at Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin here. Look at Bitcoin and look at RSP. Very correlated. So we're now below these levels. We really need to jump up. Yeah, we haven't really had much of a reprieve here. All right, let me give you stocks. Let me give you stocks that I'm looking at today. To the downside, and then I'll talk about upside. This is very bad for consumer staples, by the way. Very, very bad for consumer staples. Come on, guys. How about some thumbs up? We got over 602 people here. I'm giving you real actionable trading info. How about some thumbs up? You can go right here below this video and put a thumbs up here. Okay? Just one time. I'll give myself one too. There we go. You'll have to call Wes. You'll have to call customer service live. to give the extortionists is unable to give the extortionists some education. Trump is not going to listen to anybody. I like hog, although, okay, now I'm going to give you guys a bunch of stocks. Most of these stocks are not in a position to be traded right now. Then why are you giving them to us, Roger? Because I'm giving them to you based on where they were on Friday, and I'm hoping they'll pull back to the right place. So, like Harley, look where Harley's going to open. Do you want to short these stocks? Of course not. But I'm give you the best stocks so you can add them to your watch list. Otis. Otis needs to break below 93 right here. It's actually already at 93.29. It has to break below this level right here. Then it'll be an A line. It has to break below this level. PLL. I'm going to tell you, Raj. I'm going to tell you before. That's what I wait till the end, and I'll tell you. PLL. That's my conclusion, Raj. You got to wait for my conclusion. AMD. Whew. Another potential A line on Fastenal. Wait for this one to get below the 200-day. MNST. A little choppy, but starting to come down. Wait for it to break this level here, 48.31. Tyson's Foods. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is not Tyson's. This is wrong ticker symbol. Tyson, TSN, sorry, TSN. Tyson's Foods, TSN. Look at, I think I got the wrong symbol. Hold on. I got the wrong symbol here. Got the wrong, now forget this. I got the wrong, Lamb Weston. That's weird. Lamb Weston. MCHP. This is a dog right here. This stock is just a dog. EIX, I gave you this stock last week. By the way, a lot of these stocks I gave you last week in the pit. On semiconductor, no, not yet, JB, not yet. Maybe. We'll see what happens today. Maybe. Possibly. On semiconductors, I gave you this one last week. CNX. Already broke the 200. Let's look at the long side. Nice breakout. ARCC. So yeah, I will give you my instructions as soon as we're done here. Arch Capital, nice A-line pullback right here. Google still looks good. It's got earnings this week, so you got to be really careful. Be careful. It's also very gappy right here. Be careful. I don't like any. I mean, this is not the best time to trade. I'm going to tell you the truth. Ah, that's a beautiful stock right there. Supermarkets are going to be impacted by this, nice and good. VRNA. Hey, there we go, Robert. 255 thumbs up. We can work with that. VRNA looks pretty good. LPLA. Beautiful looking stock. UAL has a pullback. It's now below this level. You want to wait for it to go back above this level right here, 106.86. VRSN, don't confuse that with VRNA, two different companies. Both looking really good right at the A line right here. Peace on Robert Lightning Tariff guy. Oh, I love 60 Minutes. I'm going to be watching it tonight. Yesterday, 60 Minutes tonight. I always watch it on Monday. All right. Those are the stocks. Now, let me tell you the game plan for today, okay? And then I got to get out of here. I got to get my blood. The game plan for today. We are going to open with a nasty gap down, as you could see right here. I'm going to go to the QQQs, okay? Now, everything I'm saying to the QQQs applies equally to the SPY right now. What link do you want to post, Jen? You could post a link to the 16 minutes if you want. Sure. So NASDAQ is below the 50-day moving average. Are we breaking down here? Is this the low? My suggestion is this. Watch this price action. Watch the intraday price action. What you want to see the first hour of the day is us taking out the high and breaking out and moving higher precipitously. You want to see volatility start declining precipitously. Bars like this, not little bars like this, bars like this. You want to see big fat red bars coming down. If you don't see big fat red bars coming down, it's no good. If you please do not go long, please do not go long till all the major indices are above their opening range. In other words, the SPY. We want to make sure, look at where the SPY is opening. SPY can go easily to the 100-day line. You don't try to bottom pick. Your hands will get very dirty today if you do that. You want to wait for this rally to start really. You want to see a gap fill as early as possible. The longer it will take to get a gap fill, the longer the problem will persist. Also, we still don't know how we're going to get out of it, and we're only reacting right now. So you're also going to be looking at the low. Now, I would be very cautious right now trading to the short side, at least today, because Monday is a rotational day. Monday is a day where we don't have a lot of things happening, okay? Also, you have huge earnings from a broad market. There is a huge amount of uncertainty in the market. Number one, you're going to all promise me that you're going to trade a quarter size, not half size, a quarter size till we get some clarity. So you're going to reduce your exposure 75%, okay? Number two, you're not going to go buy or sell anything till we start getting confirmation. I am going to be on the Telegram channels all day long today, giving you my 5 cents, okay? I'll be on the Telegram on the Pit channel. I'll be in the Telegram in the regular channel. Now, if you've listened to me very closely in the last several weeks, I've been saying lower your exposure, lower your position size. Remember Richard, Richard's right here, putting my boxes gloves on so I can't press key. Richard, what did I tell you late last week? Don't lower your exposure. Remember what Richard told me? I only have 1 or 2 positions. I'm out of most of my positions on Friday. Please, this is not a time to be a hero. I want to explain something to you guys, and I hope you guys are going to listen to me, okay? Sometimes there is a tornado or a storm coming. When you know a storm is coming, you don't really know what's going to happen. So what do? You go into the basement and you hide because you don't know how the damage is going to be. Then there's the idiots who try to be a hero and try to withstand the storm, and they die in the storm. There is no guilt in protecting yourself in your account when you have a lot of unforeseeability. Right now, VIX is at 20. Anytime the VIX gets above 15, we are in panic mode. Clearance, but now retired. Yes, worked on spacecraft and had very high clearance, but now retired. Good for you. Good for you. So then do not, so please be cautious. There is no reason for you to trade right now. Trump can wake up tomorrow morning and say, oh, I decided not to do these tariffs. See, here's the problem. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. We don't have a hard proof of how many drugs are being sold, how many terrorists are here, we don't have a hard number. So we don't really have anything to compare it to. So it's very easy for for President Trump to say, we have an emergency. We have an emergency. Did we not have this emergency a month ago? What changed? When did it become an emergency? Give us some specifics on the numbers. Give us the goals that you're going to deport before. See, we don't have a game plan. So basically, Our president has put us in a position. I hope you listen to what I'm saying right now. Our president has put us in a position where we don't have any accountability to determine what we need to do to remove these tariffs. So if President Trump feels better tomorrow, he can go and say, "Oh, you know what, folks? We don't have. We've solved the heroin problem coming into USA from Mexico. We solved the Canadian border problem." And people will be like, "Yes, yes, Mr. Trump, you're a hero. We know you could do it." But at the same time, nothing happened. You see my point? So there's no accountability telling us that there's a huge drug problem and all. That's not going to help. I want specifics. Did Mr. Trump tell us what he's going to do, when he's going to turn these tariffs off? They have to comply. What did they have to comply with? Do you see the problem? It's very binary. And so in my opinion, this is a problem that's been completely, this market move is being caused by President Trump not giving us clarity and not giving us details and not entering into a negotiations that are integrative where everybody benefits from. So I think what's going to happen is he'll see in a few weeks that nothing is working out. He'll say that we solved the problem like we did with the wall and everything's going to go back to normal. That's what I think is going to happen, okay? Based on everything I know. I don't think there's going to be a quick solution to this. And the market has to price in all this. Companies now have to come out with news saying, well, because Mr. Trump did this, we have to do this. So all of that's going to be happening over the next, it's called a trade war. And all of that is going to happen over the next 48 to 72 hours. My suggestion is don't go hot and heavy. That's what I'm saying, Moondog. It didn't start today. He changed it because it gave him the power to do this. Right. I know that, Stacy. We all know that. So my point is, let's find out some concrete evidence. What is the goal of okay. Have we found out what is the goal of this country? How many aliens they want to ship before we remove the tariffs? Have we found out what does Mexico and Canada have to do specifically to get the tariffs removed? We don't have any of that information. So all we have is Donald Trump and Kevin Hassett going, "This is a drug war. This is a drug war. This is a drug war." The problem is nothing changed from yesterday till today. So I want specifics. I want to know what will happen for us to remove these tariffs. What does the other countries have to do to comply with these tariffs? Okay? So we need to have that. We don't have any of that information. So we're completely flying blind right now. Because we're flying blind right now, and because fundamental news always supersedes technical data, we have to be extra cautious for the next 48 to 72 hours. Don't be a hero. Keep your powder dry. Don't go making any big moves. You don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. The only person that knows what's going to happen is our president. And I don't even know if he knows what the hell's going to happen. So please be very, very careful. Please, please wait for the markets to start becoming stable again. What does that mean? We need volatility to go below 15. VIX needs to go below 15. And all the major indexes have to go above the 50-day moving average. Okay? So QQQ has to go above the 50-day moving average. Right here. Everything has to go above the 50-day moving average. I know what you mean. They're good, but I do prefer has unless they're really dominating another multiple times a year. Friends. All right, guys. All right. I'm not expecting a crash, but I'm expecting some turbulence. I also don't think Trump wants to cause a lot of turbulence in the U.S. stock market, and he has a habit to shoot first and ask questions later. I want to know I have a very simple question. Mr. Trump, President Trump, when will you remove these tariffs? What do the countries have to specifically do for you to remove the tariffs? If you cannot give us that answer, then it's implied, then you're doing this as a punitive measure. And that's not going to fly well. That's it. I said it there. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to give you some links. I hope I'm going to try to talk to Hassett next couple of days. Don't treat this like a regular gap fill. Fundamentals are impacting the market right now, okay? Fundamentals. Be careful. Be careful. We're very, very subject to what Trump says right now. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will be updating you every 20, 30 minutes throughout the day. If you have any questions, please, please, please. And again, all I want some specifics from the president. I want to know what do the countries have to do for him to remove the tariffs. Till we hear that, we're not going to have any clarity. Until we hear that, it's just going to be a binary punishment. And we need to know what they have to do and whether it's reasonable and whether they have to do it. We're not there yet. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Remember, intraday gap levels. We need to get above these levels. Don't go hot and heavy this morning. Wait for the market to show its hand and wait for the volatility to decline. I'll see you guys later. I'll be at my desk in half an hour. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. And by the way, I'm not trying to be tough on the president. I just want to know what the countries have to do specifically so we can move past these tariffs, okay? And I think everybody has that question. I think that's being pretty reasonable.